We have to understand that heat stress is a response. It's a response to specific climatic conditions, and those climatic conditions include temperature, relative humidity, solar radiation, and wind speed. It's important to consider that we are not going to be able to completely eliminate heat stress. Animals are going to still experience a heat stress as we do. So that it's so important to develop mitigation strategies that go in the point that we decrease the frequency of heat stress, also the intensity and the duration of heat stress. Heat stress can be measured in different ways. I like to divide these signs in cow level measurements and also environmental level measurements. If we focus on the cow level measurements, there is different ways that can tell us when these animals are kind of crossing the line where these environmental conditions are causing that they are not being able to release their body temperature. For example, trying to release stress through increased respiration. It is what we call panting. So the cows start breathing really, really hard. They also open their mouth, they stretch their neck so that they can have increased surface of air exchange. This goes to the other side, which is farm level measurements. We can use all kinds of technologies, sensors that are relatively inexpensive and easy to use. There are all kinds of sensors measuring temperature, relative humidity, solar radiation, wind speed, and it is very important to get familiar with this technology because it could be used to do real-time decisions. We could talk about the structure, things like providing shade. Here it's important to say that we need to shade the ground and not the animals because we need to lower the temperature of the ground. We need to think about the position of the shade related to the sun so that the ground doesn't get too wet and increase the humidity. We need to provide a certain height to the shade so that there is enough air circulation. Also, the use of sprinklers that can apply some water to the surface of the animal. It's important to wet the whole surface of the animal, not only the face, so that we could provide evaporation that also release heat. Water is so critical for cattle that we need to think about in the way we are delivering water, in the quantity, in the space we are allowing animals to access to the water so that we don't foster competitions between animals. It's important to locate the water trough in locations where it doesn't get too muddy, so hopefully use concrete to protect the water trough. If we compare, like we say, the big picture of cattle, no, they don't respond the same and they are not affected in the same way. So we need to consider all of that. What is the composition of our herd, where we are located, how the hot seasons develop across the year.